Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Farid Josephine. Our top stories. Tinubu EFCC boss meet overseas houses. Mass demolition begins in Abuja after weekend's order. Boko Haram attack kills police inspector, 7 civilians in Adamawa State. And in business, farmers fear crisis as food inflation hits 6 months high. And in sport, Super Falcons to get new coach before Olympics qualifying. And on the foreign scene, North Korea denounces US to South Korea's military drills. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has met with the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, and the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Engineer Mutaka Rabe Dama, over the management and disposal of houses seized by the anti-graft agency across the country. The meeting was held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The discussions focused on ensuring transparency and accountability in the management and disposal of the properties. The meeting comes amid heightened attention on the EFCC's handling of seized assets following the controversy surrounding the Commission's freezing of Osun State government's accounts. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has commenced the demolition of houses and other structures built on designated water channels in Abuja following recent flooding in parts of the capital. The exercise began in Maitama with heavy-duty equipment deployed to remove structures obstructing natural waterways. FCT Minister Nyesom Wiki had ordered the immediate removal of buildings obstructing water channels and directed the Departments of Development Control to enforce the directive across the territory. He said the exercise would not spare properties belonging to high-profile individuals, while the administration also plans to dislike blocked drainages and accelerate infrastructure projects aimed at reducing flood risks. Retirees from the Edo State Civil Service under the Contributory Pension Scheme have protested over what they described as inadequate monthly payment, with some saying they received as little as 7,000 and 10,000 naira. The pensioners staged a peaceful demonstration calling attention to their welfare and living conditions. The retirees appealed to the Edo State government to intervene and review their entitlements, saying the amounts they currently receive are insufficient to meet their basic needs. They also called for improved welfare and urgent action to address the challenges facing pensioners under the state contributory scheme. Suspected Boko Haram insurgents have attacked Gaya community in Hong local government area of Adamawa State, killing a police inspector and 7 civilians. The attack reportedly occurred on Monday night, with the chairman of Hong local government area confirming the incident. The attack has prompted a security response, with security forces reportedly conducting a manhunt for the attackers. The incident adds to concerns over renewed insurgent activities in parts of Adamawa State. The Kaduna State Police Command has ordered a full-scale investigation after a viral video showed police officers allegedly extorting money from motorists in the state. The command said it had taken note of the footage and would identify the personnel involved. The police said inappropriate disciplinary actions will be taken if the allegations are established. The command also urged members of the public to report cases of misconduct involving its personnel while reaffirming its commitment to professionalism and accountability. We take a pause here. Up next are news stories from the business and build sector.
The strength of a nation begins with the strength of its communities. Housing TV Africa, informing, educating, inspiring.
You're watching Housing TV News at the hour. And now in business, the Naira has strengthened as Nigerian foreign exchange reserve has climbed above 52.5 billion Naira, reaching the highest level in 17 years. The Central Bank of Nigeria said the improvement reflects stronger foreign exchange inflows and greater stability in the foreign exchange market. The Apex Bank also said the gap between the official and Bureau de change exchange rate has narrowed to below 2%, while recent monetary reforms have continued to support stability in the foreign exchange market. Farmers and agricultural stakeholders are raising concerns over a worsening food affordability crisis after Nigeria's food inflation climbed to a 6 month high of 20.31% in July. The rise has been accompanied by higher production costs, while declining consumer purchasing power is making it increasingly difficult for farmers to sell their produce. Poultry farmers say the situation is particularly difficult. The with thousands of crates of eggs reportedly being wasted weekly because consumers cannot afford them. Agricultural stakeholders blame rising energy, transportation, and fertilizer costs, as well as insecurity, flooding, and expensive financing, warning that without urgent intervention, both farmers and consumers could face deeper pressures. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals has secured the $1 billion underwriting program ahead of its planned initial public offering. The arrangement includes a completed unfunded $600 million private placement and an additional $400 million underwriting commitment. The development is being seen as a major show of interest confidence in the refinery, with participation expected from sovereign wealth funds, governments, and institutional investors across Africa. The funding could also deepen capital flows into Nigeria's energy sector and support the refinery's expansion plan. We take another pause now, and coming up are stories from the sport and foreign scene.
Did you know housing contributes significantly to economic growth, job creation, and national development? Stay informed, stay connected, stay with Housing TV Africa.
You are still watching Housing TV News. And now in sport. The Super Falcons are set to have a new technical crew before resuming their 2028 Women's Olympic qualifying campaign in October. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olapade, disclosed that a new coaching arrangement is expected to be in place following the team's disappointing 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations campaign. The Nigeria Football Federation had asked the technical crew led by Justine Madugu to step down after the Falcons suffered their earliest ever WAFCON exit. The decisions leave the NFF with the task of finding a new technical direction for the 10-time African champions ahead of their Olympic qualifying campaign. And on the foreign scene, North Korea has condemned ongoing joint military exercises between the United States and South Korea, describing the drills as a provocation that is raising tensions on the Korean peninsula. State media KCNA said Pyongyang would continue exercising its right to self-defense in response to what it considers military threat from Washington and Seoul. The annual Yulchi Freedom Shield exercises have been scaled back, with the drills shortened and a planned second phase involving counter-attack operations cancelled. Despite the changes, US and South Korea's officials said the exercises remain defensive in nature and are intended to maintain their readiness. And that's the news story on Housing TV Africa. Before we go, let's give you a recap of our top stories. Tinubu EFCC boss meets over seized houses. Mass demolition begins in Abuja after weekend's order. Boko Haram attack kills police inspector, 7 civilians in Adamawa State. And in business, farmers fear crisis as food inflation hits 6 months high. And in sport, Super Falcons to get new coach before Olympics qualifier. And on the foreign scene, North Korea denounces US to South Korea's military drills. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa, follow our social media platforms, and download the Housing TV mobile app and free TV app on Google Play Store and Apple App Store to stay connected. Many thanks for watching. I remain Fari Josephine. Bye for now.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.